Hey everybody, welcome back. Sorry I didn't think about this sooner. I wanted to introduce to you and talk to you, for those who aren't familiar, I want to talk to you about bases. And this is a much more convenient way than buying broth in the can, saves space. You don't have to, this will last, even once you open it, you gotta keep these refrigerated. This is beef base, which could be used for soups, gravies, sauces, brown sauces in particular, brown gravies, brown soup like vegetable beef, beef barley soup, French onion, that sort of thing. So I have this, and then I have chicken base. I also have a vegetable base for like vegetable soup. And don't have it by possession right now, but there is clam base, which I've used for clam chowder. There is shrimp base, I think just a basic seafood base. And for lobster bisque and lobster cream sauce, I have also purchased lobster base as well. And these are very cheap. You could find these at just about any grocery store. I got these at Walmart, and Walmart does have real cheap prices. I forget what I paid for this size, but you find it near the soup section, and much more economical. It's much more convenient. You don't have to bother opening up a can, and then, if you don't use the whole can, then you gotta refrigerate it. It takes up more space in the fridge. You gotta put it in a container because you're not supposed to, once you open up a can, you're supposed to not, I guess because of the material that could seep into the food. That's one of the reasons I didn't know about that for years. I was always told, well, yeah, once you open a can, if you don't use all the ingredients, you can't leave it in the can. I never knew why, but I guess that's one of the reasons why, is the material can seep into the food, which obviously would not be a good thing, metal cutting up your tongue inside of your mouth. And basically very simple. Whatever recipe you have, like let's say for example you're making beef barley soup, if it calls for, let's say, 6 cups of beef broth or beef stock, all you're going to do, the rule of thumb with these, on all these bases, not just with beef base, but the rule of thumb, wait, see if I can get out of the sunlight here. Oh well, hopefully it doesn't bother you, get a little sun glare here, but the rule of thumb is you use 1 teaspoon of the base to every cup of water. Very simple. So, in other words, like the beef barley soup, it's calling for 6 cups of beef broth. You just have 6 cups of water, and you add 6 teaspoons of this beef base to it. And there's 3 teaspoons and a tablespoon, so in that case, you would just use 2 tablespoons to make it simpler. But yeah, normally most recipes, they just call for a cup, like 2 cups. So yeah, 2 cups water, 2 teaspoons of whatever base you're using. And like I said, yeah, even after opening these, they last for years. When did I buy this? Oh, this is good until May 14th. There is the proof for you. May 14th, 2021. And I think I've had this for probably about 6 months already. So yeah, they last for a couple years, even after opening. But just make sure that once you open them, yeah, you keep them refrigerated, otherwise they won't last. So yeah, that's all you have to say about that. I just wanted to share this tip with you. This is much more convenient than buying broth in a can. And the best way, even a lot of restaurants use these, some restaurants, and I learned how to do that in culinary school, but that's like very time consuming, very labor intensive to make like homemade stock. It was pretty easy, just time consuming, but like you roast actual bones, like for a chicken stock, you would use like chicken bones, you'd roast them, and you roast all the vegetables and herbs, things like that, and you combine all the ingredients together, and then you cover it with cold water to shock the bones, and that's where you get the rich taste of the stock. And yeah, that's the best way to do it. But in a recipe, you can't really tell that much different. Some people say, oh, there's no replacement for stock in a recipe. There is. You can't, maybe if you're really, top-notch Michelin star chef, they'll probably tell you that you could taste the difference, but normal people, they won't be able to tell the difference. Regular home cooks or people that don't cook. But yeah, then, once you add the cold water to cover the bones and the vegetables, herbs, other ingredients, then you bring it, up to a boil and you simmer it for several, like 5 to 6 hours to get that rich taste caramelization, so to speak. And then when you like cool down, you remove the fat. And like I said, it's real easy to do, but that's very time consuming. I don't go through that much trouble. This tastes almost just as good and so much easier. And like I say, most restaurants I worked at, very few of them made their own homemade stacks. Very few of them. Most of the time, it's just cheaper, much more convenient just to do it this way. So yeah, I just want to share that tip with you. And yeah, like I said, there's a lot of ingredients. Like if you wanted to make clam chowder, clam base, lobster cream sauce, or lobster bisque. There's lobster base, this, and there's chicken base. They use like a basic seafood base for like a fish soup or seafood chowder. What have you. I'm trying to think what else would be out there. Oh yeah, shrimp, like you want to make shrimp bisque or some type of shrimp sauce. But yeah, there's a lot of them out there to choose from, and the vegetable base for vegetable soup. So yeah, I just want to share that with you. Happy cooking, everybody. Comment, like, share, subscribe, and we'll see you all real soon with another great video. Have a great day, everybody. Bye.